What is going on, and welcome back to the Minecraft Hub channel. Today we're going to be doing another episode of our Hermitcraft mega bases, and we'll be looking at Tango Tech, who joined in season 2. If you enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. We're putting out Minecraft content every single day. So Tango joined in season 2, but he joined pretty late, so he wasn't able to do that much, but he was actually whitelisted pretty on in the server just to help Mumbo out with something. He did in fact create this pretty cool looking base that he called Netherception, and it's basically just built into the overworld and above his base into the mountain. And you can see right here, it sees into the nether and into the overworld and back again, and it just looks insanely cool. And then in season 3, you can tell that Tango really enjoys building with nether stuff, because he built this incredible nether brick castle in the nether and he used it as his nether hub. You can see here the build is incredible. It has a redstone door with the lava that drops down, which looks insanely cool. And you can just tell the insane amount of work that went into this build, and it's so detailed and so cool. And of course his overworld base looks just as cool. Unfortunately, it wasn't completely finished just because they ended the season, but he did do 2 of these quadrants over here, one with the winter village. That looks very cool, especially since this is all built in the Badlands, so he had to place that all himself. And then he had a saloon over here. I think he was going for different biomes, and that's just insanely cool. And then he has his base over in Hermit Hills, just a simple design, cool redstone door, big T's to represent Tango, and of course using the nether brick palette that he uses so much. Season 4 though, he actually switched it up from the nether brick palette and did a pretty cool base in the Badlands. The hermits in this season, they actually built pretty close to each other, so this is kind of in the middle of all that, and you can see it's a very cool base. Very cool design, just with a different block palette than he's used to using, which was very interesting to see. The coolest part about this base though is actually underneath it. So while we're walking down there, I'll actually tell you that Tango is one of the most essential hermits on this server. He does all the iron farms, well, not all anymore, but he used to do all the iron farms like the Iron Giant and the Iron Titan and all that, and he also does like the witch farms and a lot of the technical things that go on the server. So that's also very cool to see. As we're going down in the basement of this build, you'll see that the stairs are actually held up all by anvils, which would take an insane amount of iron, but with Tango's community iron farm, it was actually very easy for them to do. And now we are getting down into the coolest part of this build, which is these changing rooms. So he actually built a nether and end room, but uses pistons to switch out which room you're actually standing in. Unfortunately, the redstone doesn't quite work perfectly anymore, so there is a line of the end room that just stays there, but it is still a very cool design, very unique, and something I've never seen before. And of course, talking about season 4, we have to bring up the fact that he actually built the entire nether hub by himself. Moving on to season 5, we have his incredible nether fortress that he built in the overworld, and just the insane detail and design that went into this build is absolutely incredible. It is also very functional. Every single one of these towers has a different farm in it, from melon farms and sugarcane farms to even an automatic brewer. The central tower was kind of the main portion of his base, and it has his storage system in it. And then down below the base, under this circle, there's actually some villager farms and things like that that he used to supply food. Moving on to season 6. Season 6, he built these incredible dueling dragons that took thousands of blocks of wool and concrete to make, and they just look absolutely incredible. The detail that Tango does in these builds is insane to think about. Underneath, he excavated a huge area, which must have taken an insane amount of time to do. The entire top is covered with blue glass, which holds up the water that you saw while we were circling above the dragons. And then down here, he didn't actually get to finish this portion of the base, but it was still very cool to see the design that he was going for. Season 7 though, you've of course seen this base, the Toontown base that he built here. Very cartoony, very unique, and super functional. It's got creeper farms, it has an iron farm, and the iron golems in that farm are actually killed by ravagers that he brought back to the base, which is insanely creative because no other iron farm does that. You can see here though all the detail and the depth that goes into these builds, and it's very cool to see, especially since he even brought it out and used diorite walls and things like that to make these cool looking trees out front. He's also built the decked out game that many of the hermits have played in their series. It's an insanely cool and complex game, and I have absolutely no idea how he built all this, but it's so cool to see. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like down below, and if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.